Hey tubers, welcome back for another adventure. And what we have here is an ATC200, and the problem is I have no spark. Normally I would just say, hey, I'm going to put my portable CDI on it and see if we can't get it started. But then I was thinking, a lot of you guys find these things out in a barn somewhere or whatever, and you want to bring them back to life. And if you don't know how to do that, let me just show you real quickly. First of all, theory. Your CDI needs to be alive. This is what your CDI looks like. They kind of come in two versions. This is what I call the square plug. They also come with the round plug. From a wiring point of view, the wiring convention, green, blue, black with yellow, black with red, that's the same on all of them. But what you want to do is make sure it's wired correctly. Generally speaking, this wire harness is uncut. I'm just noticing a little something going on here. But other than that, it's uncut. So we're just going to kind of go through it and figure out if it should spark. And then we'll figure out if the CDI is alive and go forward from there. Generally speaking, assuming your CDI is alive, if all these in arrows are good, then you should get spark. First of all, you want to make sure it's not turned off. That means this thing wants to see an open circuit to ground. Between ground and the ground that's going to the CDI, you want to see a short circuit, obviously. You need power. That comes in one of two varieties. For this particular bike, it comes as AC power from your stator. And you need input from a pulse generator. The pulse generator tells this thing when to spark, assuming all the other conditions are met. And assuming all the conditions are met, this thing puts an output, I don't know, probably somewhere around 25 volts, give or take a little bit of pulse. That goes to the spark coil. The spark coil jacks it way up to 10, 15, 20,000 volts, and you get your spark. So there's all your theory. Now, each one of these things has an expectation, and we'll go through that in a moment. Here you have your CDI. What I'm going to do is unplug it, and the way you unplug it is you push this tab down and slide the plug off the back. Better done with two hands, and I'll do that right now. Okay, here we have the Craftsman meter. I have it set to the 2000 ohm range, and you can see the black wire is clipped to ground through the green guy. I figured I'd actually use the right conventions. And you see the green wire right here, right? I have the probe going into it, and I have 0 ohms. That's really expected. That's a good thing. So when I unplug this here and I scrape it up against the engine, I should also see about 0 ohms, right? That tells me the engine is hooked to the frame well, right? No surprises, no bad things going on there. So I'm going to write that number down, but given that I have this great memory, I'm going to check something else. See that 31 ohms? That's between the blue and yellow and ground. So I'm going to go write down a couple of numbers, and we'll check another few things. Okay. You see that it's basically telling me I'm wide open, and what I'm doing is I am checking that black wire. Typically it's black with white. In this case I'm only seeing black. Anyway, I'm checking the black wire to ground, and you guys could see that I'm looking at an open circuit. Now if I turn the bike off, you can see I'm looking at 1 ohm, and if I probably shake this around a little bit, I'll get it down to 0. That tells me my off circuit is working properly, and once again, it's not turning off my CDI, so I do not have a problem there. The last thing left to check, and this is awkward, doing it with one hand. Of course, it's going to battle me. See that 211 ohms? That's the stator to ground. So black and red to ground. So let's write those numbers down also. So I finished all the testing, and those are the readings I got. So green to frame, 0. Black red to frame, 210 volts. Black yellow, 31 volts. Or 31 ohms. Those are all ohm values. Sorry about that. And the black and white opened when it's on and 0 ohms when it's off, give or take. Engine to ground, 0 ohms. So I got all those readings and I said, wow, maybe my CDI went bad. So, you know, having a hoard, I grabbed the CDI out of the pile, and this is obviously a China one. You could see the high quality on it and all. And I plugged it in, and sure enough, I had spark. And I said, that's interesting. I've really had so few CDIs go bad. Like, you guys know how many bikes have been through here, hundreds. And I've like had 1 or 2 go bad, and quite honestly, they were in a box of stuff that I bought at a flea market and, you know, probably used for troubleshooting at some shop somewhere. God knows who did what to them. So what I did is I plugged the old CDI back in. I took the recoil starter off. I got my Ryobi electric starter out, put it on 2 so it's spinning fast enough. And if you take a quick look here, I'm not sure if you guys could see that. Let me pump it up a little bit. Sure enough, it came back. And sometimes you'll have that. I wanted to, you know, show you that, oh, I could use a pick bike CDI and cheap China CDIs and all that other stuff. But the ignition system came right on back, which is a great thing. I'm going to end this video here because the purpose of this video was showing you guys how to troubleshoot spark, and we did that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a look at that carburetor and see what kind of shape it's in, see if it's rebuildable. I recently did a drippy carburetor video and showed you guys how to rebuild one, so I'm not going to repeat with this carburetor. I might just show you guys the carburetor popped open so you can kind of get in your mind what an ugly one looks like. But in the meantime, until the next video, please remember, feet down, heads up, and get out there and enjoy each and every day. Bye now.